What is going on, guys? Welcome back to reviews from the mail truck. Happy Wednesday. It is currently raining here, so that's exciting. Gonna be a wet day. Not great for a mail carrier, but I do have my raincoat back there and a hard hat that is like a rain hat also, so I'll be fine. But oh, maybe it stopped. Oh, might have just stopped. I don't know. I think it's supposed to rain off and on all day, so it's still going to be shitty nonetheless. You know, my shoes are just going to get soaked, and socks probably going to get wet. It's just a rough go. Anyways, doesn't matter. Hope you guys are doing fabulous. Today we are doing something very, very different. If you couldn't tell by the title, it's not a convenience store purchase, but we'll get into that in just a second. Again, as always, if you're interested in more content from me, consider checking out the main channel, Confidence, where I do gaming reviews, gaming content, all that fun stuff over there. A lot of fun. Just uploaded a funny little time trial video for the game, The Precinct. That was a fun little video, 5 minutes or so. Should give you a good chuckle, hopefully. And then, obviously, we live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday over there. And, of course, if you enjoy the dumbass reviews that I do, consider subscribing here on Confidence too. And leaving a like and a comment down below on what you think I should review in the future. But other than that, what we're going to be trying today is a ZipFizz. These are some of my wife's favorite little energy powders that she puts in water. So she buys these. She really likes them, but she has this flavor, which is orange cream, that we're going to be trying, that she has no interest in. So I thought I would just give this a shot today and see what we think about it. Because, to be honest, I'm just very hesitant on the very last Liquid Death flavor that we have to try, which is the Dr. Pepper version, based on the review from yesterday. I'm sure if you watched that, you can understand my hesitation, because it's probably going to be absolutely atrocious. But either way, I'm a little skeptical of this just because of the cream aspect. I don't know how that's going to work in water, but obviously that's what we're here to find out. So we will dive into this. They actually wrapped this entire... they wrapped it down to like the middle of the tube with the plastic wrap there. Interesting. So yeah, you just dump this tube into a 16-ounce bottle of water, which we've got on hand over here. As far as supplements, 20 calories, right in line with what we've been trying in the future. We got vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, thiamine, no clue, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12. A lot of the same stuff that you would see in a Celsius. And this is marketed as a dietary supplement. It says on the bottom. It says to use 1 to 2 tubes daily. That might be kind of expensive. I actually don't know what the price of these are. So I apologize about that. I have no clue what they charge for these. I think that my wife got a sample pack that had like all of the flavors, and she has liked quite a few of them. But I don't know. We'll give it a shot. I am excited to try it. And I'm excited to be delaying the inevitable final Liquid Death soda flavor. So let's just dive into this. Smells actually really good. Like I said in the Liquid Death Squeeze to Death video, I actually do like the idea of orange water, and that was pretty tasty there. So this has got potential without a question. I'm just a little concerned about the cream aspect, but get this all dumped in as it overflows. What the hell? Well, how the hell, what the fuck do I do now? I don't know what to do with myself at this point in life. Jeez, what do I do? So I would say you're probably supposed to drink a little off the top. I guess we're learning. What a nasty fucking mess. I got some tissues though, so we can try to clean this up. Smells delicious. Smells delicious, but now I'm really fucked up here. I've got just an absolute mess on my hands, and this is really sticky. Okay, so that was incredibly tragic. I got it cleaned up for the most part here, but I would say that we lost a pretty substantial amount of the powder because it all exploded out of the top. So this might not be a fair review of the product because we might be missing a lot of flavor. So I guess if it's diluted to shit, then I'll have to try ZipFizz again in the future. So, lesson learned, take a little bit off the top of your bottle before pouring it in because it's going to explode like a volcano from science class. Anyway, let's get a smell. It smells actually fantastic. It smells way better than even the Squeeze to Death. There's a lot more flavor coming through here. So let's give it a shot. Maybe I'm actually happy I didn't get all of it in there and that it erupted into this weird thing that we all witnessed together live on air. But this is like incredibly tangy or tart or whatever you want to call it. My wife gives me shit all the time because I say sour when I mean tart. Every time I say sour, she has to like clarify, well, do you mean tart? Do you mean tangy? Do you mean this, that, and the other? So for me, this is extremely tangy and not necessarily in a way that I like. It's a little bit too tangy for me. Doesn't work the same. This is like a full flavored drink, so it's very different than the Liquid Deaths that have that upfront flavor that dissipates. This is like a full flavored drink all the way through. But honestly, the flavor is actually pretty good. I just don't know how I really feel about it, to be honest. It almost gives me like a little bit of an upset stomach type of feeling. Maybe it's just because we watched this entire tube explode in front of our eyes, but I think this is okay. I'd be curious to try another flavor, which we will have to do in the future because this went horribly wrong. So, okay, so to describe the flavor of this, I would just say that the drink is incredibly strong. So it's definitely one that you're going to want to sip as opposed to like chugging it down because there's just a lot of flavor here. So it's overwhelming if you get too big of a drink in your mouth. I don't think the flavor is all that bad, but again, we lost a lot of the flavor out of the top of the bottle when we poured it in. So that could be why, or that, you know, I could be missing a little bit of flavor there. But to be honest, this is overpowering a little bit for me, honestly, even with the spillage that had occurred in the science lab volcano eruption that we witnessed. This is still a little bit too much flavor for me personally. It's a little bit too strong. It almost borderline hits the medicinal, the unfortunate medicinal word in terms of flavor. But I don't necessarily think this is bad. I think one thing about these is that they do have some, it is supposed to be like natural energy. It does have caffeine in these, so it is supposed to be kind of like an energy drink. So with that being said, obviously it does add a little bit of something extra that we haven't really experienced with the other water product, being the Liquid Death product that we tried. That had no caffeine, whereas this one does, so it'll actually give you a little bit of a boost of energy. But ultimately, I think the flavor is a little bit too strong for my liking. I mean, I do like a strong flavor, but this one's just really, really strong. A little bit too much so. So with that being said, I'm going to say that I would give this probably a maybe a skip. I don't necessarily think it's all that good. I'd be very curious to try a different flavor in the future. I think that's something I'm definitely going to have to do to give this product a fair shot, because this was kind of an absolute disaster show. But either way, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. We will catch you all on the next one. And hey, by the way, make sure you tell someone you love them today, okay? Could change their life and all that good stuff. So, hell yeah. Catch you later. Love y'all. Take it easy.